With us today, a fantastic band that just only really come together in the last several months. They're comprised of former pop sensation John Mayer, drummer Stephen Jordan, and bassist Pino Palladino. They're known as the John Mayer Trio, and they're here in studio to record some tracks from John's new record. So stay tuned. We think you're really going to enjoy it. Continuum is the result of everything I've done up until now. And that incorporates a blues feel, that incorporates a soul feel. Continuum is because of Steve Jordan and Pino Palladino. It's because of the ride into the studio every day when I was writing, listening to great, classic, timeless soul music and R&B music and blues music. Waiting on the World to Change is my first real foray into leaving the emotional space and going into the kind of world stage for a minute. While still being emotional, it's trying to sum up a feeling that a lot of people my age have about the world, where we feel like we can't participate in it because we don't feel like we have a fair shake in changing anything. I'm really curious about being a writer, the kind of writer who takes a shot at exposing a feeling everybody has but nobody talks about, and maybe being right about it. I think when fans put Continuum on, they're going to be hit with the organic soul feel. Even though it's a pop record, there's a real organic quality that's shared with a lot of really cool soul albums and R&B records. Just that connected, rhythmic, direct kind of production. I Don't Trust Myself with Loving You is a song, one of the first songs I wrote for this record. I just was coming up with this really kind of sexy groove, and I went, man, that might be like one of the sexiest, seductive sounding songs I've ever written.
No, I'm not the man I used to be lately. See, you met me at an interesting time.
But I can't do another song where I'm writing about how I'm gonna love you and lay you down. What about a song that sounds really sexy, but the lyrics are completely juxtaposed to it, and it's you saying, basically warning a girl about how it's just not really a good idea to get involved with you right now. And it's really just kind of a beware of me sign, but when set to that song, it becomes really complex, and I've always liked lyrics that don't really match the tone of the song. It ends up actually probably being even more compelling that way, that it's that sultry, but it's like, stay away from me. Like, you don't want to come near this. Vultures is a song that I felt before I really could explain. It's an emotion that I have all the time that I'm not able to explain very well. And Vultures, I don't really know all the time who that speaks to when I sing about vultures, people who are waiting to take from you.
Some of us will hardly ever hear. The rest of us, we're born to disappear.
I don't even think it's exclusive to fame or making music. It's just about people who keep you on your toes because they're trying to take from you. Down to the wire, I wanted water, but I'll walk through the fire. If this is what it takes to take me even higher, then I'll come through like I do when the world keeps testing me.
Then I'll come through like I do when the world keeps testing me, testing me, testing me.
In Repair is about coming out of a darkness, knowing you're not out of the darkness, but knowing that you're coming out of it. Or coming out of a phase and coming back together again. Because sometimes coming apart, the only good thing about it is coming back together again.
Too many shadows in my room. Too many hours in this midnight. Too many corners in my mind. So much to do to set my heart right. Oh, it's taking so
Continuum is not about making a record that's designed to sell a whole bunch and go on the side of a bus. It's about making music that is designed to go straight to your heart and hang out there for a really long time.
We're all misunderstood. They say we stand for nothing, and there's no way we ever could. Now we see everything that's going wrong with the world and those who lead it. We just feel like we don't have the means to rise above and beat it. So we keep waiting, waiting, waiting on the world to change. We keep on waiting, waiting, waiting on the world to change. It's hard to be persistent when we're standing at a distance. So we keep waiting, waiting, waiting on the world to change. Now if we had the power to bring our neighbors home from war, they would have never missed a Christmas. No more ribbons on the door. But when you trust your television, what you get